May I come in, sir?
Yes, come in.
Good morning, sir.
Morning. Take your seat.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Sonal.
Yes, sir.
Lovely name. What does it mean?
So it means someone who brings prosperity, and in general, it means golden.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us something about you.
Sir, my name is Sonal. As you read in the form, I belong to Bihar, and I have completed my graduation from National Institute of Technology, Jamshedpur, Jharkhand. Then I went on to work for a telecom major, Idea Cellular Limited, for about 1 year and 1 month. Then I resigned from the job because of my preparations, and I started my preparation from 2015. And after that, I have been here in Delhi, and this time I cleared my mains, so I'm sitting in front of you. Meanwhile, I've also been working as a part-time tutor to small primary children, mostly primary children, and I've also been supporting my household.
Okay. Why did you leave Idea Cellular to
So
aspire for civil services?
yes, sir, definitely that was the reason. Initially, I thought I would be able to handle my work as well as my preparation, but I could not do that, so I left the job.
Okay. You are from Bihar. People have a different opinion of Bihar. Do you think Bihar is a burden on India?
So definitely
And,
not.
Would it be better to separate it from India?
No, sir, definitely not. I think it's rather having a lot of potential. There is only need to identify the correct areas of potential and develop them. I think we have not put, I will not say the central government, but the state government have been lacking a certain willpower to develop the state, and because of inefficiency politically and administratively, the state has been lagging behind in the developmental areas. However, I think that there are many areas of potential. For example, agriculture, it has a great natural advantage in having vast tracts of fertile land. So agriculture can be a definitely game changer for Bihar. I also think that there are many other sectors such as textile. Yes, textile, because it has been important for sericulture, so that can be
Well,
developed.
but the general perception is
Yes.
that Bihar is a backward state.
Uh,
People said that is one of the Bimaru states. So do you agree with this perception or not?
No, sir, I do not agree.
You-
I agree that it has been lagging behind in the developmental aspects and certain development indicators, definitely, but it can be improved, and to see it as a Bimaru state will be a negative perception. Rather, we should see it, we should see something like the positive aspects of the state. For example, it has been emerging recently as an educational hub. Patna, the capital city, has been having many coaching institutes which has been training students for the government jobs, private sector jobs. There has also been many educational institutions that have been opened in the city. So the city is definitely growing. There is only need to change the perspective.
But what are the historical reasons for the backwardness of the state?
Sir, as I stated earlier, I think political will has been a greater reason. Other than that, corruption has definitely been there. So these two combined factors have been have resulted in the backwardness of the state.
What about the industries in Bihar?
So industries in general, we do not have much of mineral resources after separation of Jharkhand. We are mostly left with a little bit of limestone and mica, and after the coming of synthetic insulator, even the mica industry is not as much development booster. In textile, Bihar has been having some background. Other than that, we have sugar industry, and some breweries have also been established, but they have also been affected recently after
But all
the liquor
sugar
ban.
industries are closed in Bihar.
Yes, sir, they
There
have
is
not been
absolutely no
profitable.
political will to revive those industries.
Yes, sir, that is the reason I cited earlier as well. The political will, that has been a major problem with Bihar.
Suppose if you get selected
Yes, sir.
and if you are posted there in your own home cadre state,
Yes, sir.
then what will be your priorities to improve?
So I think we should start at a very small level, and gradually the changes would manifest. It is not going to change the scenario in say 1 or 2 years, but we need to identify the correct areas where the state has potential and to develop them. Especially, I would say I would focus mostly on agriculture. I think that can be a game changer for Bihar. I really think so.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Tell us something about women empowerment in India.
So, women empowerment.
What are the guarantees given by the constitution to women?
So, the constitution itself in Article 15 and 16 as well as Article 14 states that every person, every individual in this country has equality, the rights to equality, the rights to public employment, right to education, and the constitution also provides special provisions for development of those classes which have remained socially marginalized, and women are one of them. So, the government has been taking steps regarding that. We have seen 33% reservations in the local government, that is the panchayat level, and those have been implemented. And I will talk about Bihar itself. I have seen villages where women earlier would not even go out to bring water from wells, and now they are selected as the sarpanch of the village, and they have been working towards especially women issues, towards education, and the villages where women have been the leaders are showing tremendous growth. So, I think that is one of the achievements at a very small level. Other than that, in education we have improved the primary enrollment ratio. In girls we have achieved almost 100% primary enrollment ratio as compared to the boys. In higher education there has been some bias, and I do not think there is much time that we will soon be able to catch up. Other than that, I think in science and technology field, women have been lacking a bit. Maybe that is because of the traditional backlogs that can be covered over a period of time. And we can see women empowerment, excellent examples in Sakshi Malik and PV Sindhu, who have won us Olympic medals where men could not. So, definitely there is an improvement in women empowerment, and I think the years to come will be seeing more of that.
There is an Anti-Dowry Act.
Yes, sir.
Do you really think it is effective in Bihar?
Sir, it is effective in Bihar, but the problem is those who are giving dowry, I think they should resist. Even they do not bring it to picture. They take it as something that they have preserved as a part of their tradition.
But in reality, what is, you are giving me all theoretical examples. In reality, what is happening in your state?
Sir, it is.
I find girls who are well educated, who are well placed in the government, semi-government organizations, even they have to pay dowry to get married.
Sir, that is what I am saying. The parents who are asking for it are okay, they are at fault, but who are giving, they should resist. Even they are not resisting. So, definitely if they do not bring it to picture, the act is not going to work. They have to bring it to light. Recently the Bihar government has been taking initiatives for changing the social and behavioral values. For example, they have been mass campaigning. They have put up advertisements which are encouraging them to say no to dowry, and to see the ill effects of it, and to not see girl child as a burden or someone. If you are investing in educating a girl, it is equivalent to educating a boy. So, why take dowry? So, therefore, I think there has been a change in perception, and but still there are scopes for improvement.
Sonal, you have done your BTech.
Yes, sir.
From Jamshedpur, Jharkhand.
Yes, sir. That's right.
In your opinion, which one is more developed state, Bihar or Jharkhand?
Sir, I think Jharkhand is lagging behind more in a perspective that it has more resources. We see it like Jharkhand has got many mineral resources ranging from coal to iron to bauxite to mica to uranium, but still there are industries as well. However, the growth of the state has not been in that proportion. So, I think Jharkhand has got more problems than Bihar.
Yes,
sir.
So, what is your opinion? Once Jharkhand is separated from Bihar, it also affected development of Bihar?
Yes, sir. I think it did affect the development of Bihar in totality.
In totality?
Yes, sir.
Can you give some statistics about that? Do you have any idea?
I'm sorry, sir, I'm not clear about the statistics.
Okay.
But in a general view, I think because of separation of Bihar and Jharkhand, both states have got affected. Jharkhand, because most of the administrative system was concentrated in and around Patna, the capital of Bihar. So, and also because the demography of Bihar and Jharkhand have are tremendously different. Jharkhand comprises most mostly of the tribal population, which are already educationally and socially backward and have been marginalized. And it was thought that when Jharkhand is separated, they will get more opportunities for development, but unfortunately that did not happen. And it's the same for Bihar. Bihar lost most of its mineral resources because the coal and the iron fields are.
If we compare Bihar and Jharkhand,
yes,
regarding the position of women, what is your opinion?
Sir, I'm sorry, I cannot say about Jharkhand, but I can say about Bihar. Women are definitely on a growing path, and I can see at school levels, at educational levels, girls are doing at par, even times better than boys. In terms of employment, there is definitely some issue because most of the women employment in Bihar, I think, is in informal sector, and that too in the category of daily wage casual laborers. So there is a problem.
Have you heard of feminism?
Yes, I have heard of it.
What is this?
So, feminism, in my opinion, is a critical analysis of the widespread oppression that the women have been facing traditionally, and how we can overcome that.
Yeah, from where it emerged, from India or outside India?
So, the concept emerged from the West, and it was initially it started as a movement to achieve equal political rights for the women. That is, we have heard about the suffragette movement in West, which seeked equal political rights, that is the right to vote as equal to men. So that is where the movement started from, and now it has been seen as a broad movement covering different rights for women, for example, ranging from reproductive rights to rights to education, right to social equality, and so on.
Okay. Have you heard of New Women?
I'm sorry, sir. Is it a concept?
It's a concept.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm unaware of it.
No problem. You are empowered. Why you are empowered? Because I just went through your details. It is shot put, throw, and also kabaddi.
Yes, sir.
Do you feel empowered by participating in these events or in these sports?
So sports definitely brings empowerment to especially women, where they get to showcase that they are no way biologically, as they have traditionally there has been a notion that they are biologically less than men. So in sports they get to show that they are biologically and physically at par with men. They can compete with as much excellence and capability.
Can you recall some women players from shot put, throw?
So Deepa Malik, Miss Deepa Malik won a Paralympic gold in 2016 Rio Olympics. Sorry, Paralympics.
Achha, do you have any women kabaddi team in India?
So women kabaddi team is there, but it's not on the national level. So there is a problem there.
So can you suggest some measures?
Yes, sir, definitely. Sir, I think most of the states that play kabaddi, for example, Bihar, and Bihar has got state game as kabaddi. So all these states like Tamil Nadu, Bihar, West Bengal.
Bihar has got a state team.
Yes, sir.
Is it also women kabaddi team at a state level?
I'm sorry, sir, I do not know about that.
You don't?
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Sonal.
Yes, sir.
Sonal, looking at your biodata, it suggests that you did electronics and communication engineering, but you chose Hindi literature despite the fact you didn't study Hindi even at the 10th level.
Sir, I did 10th with Sanskrit.
You did 10th with Sanskrit. So how come this sudden love for Hindi?
So it was more of a pragmatic choice, stating that I wrote my previous mains with geography as an optional. So I switched over to Hindi this time because despite my best efforts, I think I could not do justice to the requirements of the subject, and that got reflected in my marks. So I took advice from some of my mentors and my father himself. He also has written twice, and although he was not selected. So so I took advice from them, and they suggested me that Hindi literature could be a good option. So I went through it, and I went through the syllabus and question papers, and I thought I could tackle and do justice to the subject. So that's why I chose it.
Okay.
Yes.
मुझे बताइए कि प वर्ग की सघोष महाप्राण ध्वनि कौन सी है?
महाप्राण.
सघोष महाप्राण.
फ महाप्राण फ है.
सघोष महाप्राण?
सर अघोष और सघोष में मुझे थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजन है, बट महाप्राण ध्वनि फ है।
सिर्फ फ ही महाप्राण ध्वनि होगी प वर्ग में?
म भी होगा सर।
म?
यस सर, म होगा।
म महाप्राण ध्वनि होगी। क्या अंतर है महाप्राण और अल्पप्राण ध्वनि?
नहीं सर, आई एम सॉरी, म नहीं होगा, भ होगा।
जी,
यस
क्या अंतर है महाप्राण?
सर ये सर उच्चारण करने के तरीके से पता चलता है, जैसे प और फ। महाप्राण ये आपकी यहाँ से कंठ से जब ध्वनि आती है तो वो डबल द इफेक्ट होगी।
प वर्ग ध्वनि कंठ से आएगी?
सर मैं जनरल एग्जांपल दे रही हूँ, आई एम सॉरी। प वहाँ से नहीं आएगा, प ओष्ठ
आप ना तो मना कर सकते हैं।
यस सर।
मना करना चाह रही है या कोशिश करें?
नहीं सर, आई विल नॉट ट्राई।
यू नॉट ट्राई, ओके। मुझे बताइए कि लिटरेचर आपने लिया है, साहित्य आपका विषय है, ये स्त्री लेखन क्या चीज़ है?
सर स्त्री लेखन दो तरह से देखा जा सकता है। एक तो ये कि स्त्रियां लिख रही हैं जो सामान्य परंपरा है उसके अंदर। दूसरा ये कि स्त्रियां लिख रही हैं उन विषयों पर जो स्त्रियों के साथ संबंध रखते हैं, जिसे स्त्री चेतना कहते हैं।
इससे कुछ महत्वपूर्ण समकालीन रचनाकार बताइए।
सर जैसे मैंने कृष्णा सोबती जी हैं, वो स्त्री रचनाकार हैं और स्त्रियों के विषयों पर लिखती हैं। जैसे उनकी एक महत्वपूर्ण रचना है मित्रों मरजानी, तो वो मैंने हालांकि पढ़ी नहीं है, लेकिन मैंने काफ़ी सुना है उसके बारे में कि वो स्त्री केंद्रित बहुत बड़ी लेखिका है। और इसके अलावा कृष्णा सोबती जी हो गई, और सर मैं भूल रही हूँ और नाम मैं याद नहीं कर पा रही हूँ इस वक्त।
कोई बात नहीं। मुझे बताइए कि अगर हम हिंदी साहित्य की बात करें और हिंदी साहित्य में आधुनिक काल छोड़ दीजिए, उससे पहले मीराबाई के अलावा किसी लेखिका का नाम?
सर हिंदी नहीं सर, मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा। मीराबाई के अलावा नहीं, भक्ति काल में मीराबाई।
साहित्य के इलाके में आप सबसे ज़्यादा कंफर्टेबल कहाँ हैं?
सर वैसे मैंने पढ़ा तो पूरा ही है, बट
पूरा मतलब केवल सिलेबस पूरे साहित्य का बहुत छोटा हिस्सा है।
जी सर, सिलेबस में मुझे सबसे पसंद भक्तिकाल ही था। भक्तिकाल जिसमें कबीर, सूरदास और तुलसीदास जी को पढ़ना था और जायसी जी को पढ़ना था, तो वो मेरा सबसे फेवरेट।
मुझे बताइए कि अगर हम भक्ति काल में निर्गुण कवियों को लें,
जी
निर्गुण कवियों में लोक, इस विषय पर आपकी क्या राय है?
निर्गुण कवियों में सबसे बड़ा नाम अगर देखा जाए तो संत काव्य धारा से कबीर जी का नाम आता है। तो लोक जीवन के लिए उन्होंने बहुत सारी ऐसी रूढ़िवादी परंपराओं के खिलाफ बोला है अपनी कविताओं में। तो उसका मैं एक एग्जांपल आपको दे सकती हूँ। जैसे सांप्रदायिकता के ऊपर वो कहते हैं, हिंदू कहे राम, मुसलमान रहमाना, आपस में दो लड़त हैं, मरम को न जाना। तो उनका वही कहना है कि आप रूढ़िवादी चीज़ों से बचे, भगवान को एक शक्ति के।
Did you actually heard what I asked for? मैं लोक जीवन जानना चाह रहा हूँ।
सर लोक
जीवन का क्या अर्थ होता है?
सर समाज में जो भी चीज़ें हैं, जो भी परंपराएं हैं, आपस में भाईचारा है।
लोक संस्कृति किसे कहते हैं?
अच्छा, लोक संस्कृति
सर फोक कल्चर।
फोक कल्चर, सर फोक कल्चर के बारे में एक चीज़ जो है, जो कबीर जी ने ही कही है, लोक भाषा के बारे में उन्होंने कहा है, संस्कृत है कूप जल, भाखा बहता नीर। तो यहाँ पे वो एम्फसाइज करते हैं इस चीज़ पर कि जो अभिजात्यवाद है उसके खिलाफ लोक संस्कृति को।
इफ वी लुक एट द इंटरनेशनल एरिना nowadays, what is your assessment of impact of women international leaders on world diplomacy?
Sir, women international leaders, I can recall big names like Germany, from Germany, the Prime Minister of Germany, then I can recall Hillary Clinton, and then I can recall Theresa May from Britain. From India, we have had President of India as Ms. Pratibha Devi Singh Patil. So all these women have portrayed a picture that women are emerging in power, and they are increasingly bringing into picture the otherwise left out topics to debate in international diplomacy. And international diplomacy has now moved on to such a level where women issues are widely being considered, and that can be credited.
Can you mention a few issues that has come out because of the international women leaders?
Sir, the increasing participation of women in entrepreneurship is one of them. In the recently concluded Investor Summit in Hyderabad, in which daughter of Mr. Donald Trump was invited, and she encouraged, she actually invited all the women entrepreneurs to.
The fact that a person like Trump is elected as a US president who is a non-misogynist, do you really think it's a good sign for the international women perspective?
One person, I think, as definitely as a president, as the president of US, he holds a lot of significance to the world diplomacy. But I do not think that he himself will take such a step as to affect women empowerment at an international level, because otherwise there are many other countries which are trying to encourage their women to come up, and I do not think that will have a widespread impact. That will not have a negative impact, definitely. I do not think so.
Sonal, you have opted for police service at serial number 5 while indicating your order of preference for the services, but you have not opted for this Pondicherry police service and assistant security commissioner in RPF. Why this disliking for these two posts?
Sir, it's not a dislike actually, but it was mainly when I was deciding the services, I did not have much idea about the services overall. So my father assisted me, and he suggested me not to opt, but I do not have a particular dislike towards it, and even if I get that service, I will not have any problem in serving there.
How do you get
Miss,
it
you
if you're
did-
not opted?
So I did not opt. I mean, I have written not opted for that service. So.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
Bihar did a very courageous work while putting a complete ban on the sale and consumption of liquor in the state.
Yes.
But this has resulted into, one of the consequences is proliferation of a business of illegal trade in liquor. Do you personally think the move was counterproductive move? It brought more harm than the intended good?
Sir, the intended good was first of all a greater improvement in public health as perceived. The second the second perceived benefit would be reduced amount of crime, and especially against women, and several other issues which are associated with the consumption of liquor. So and if we compare the cost of it, that is as you stated, the proliferation of illegal trade and consumption, I think that is definitely a cost to take, but I think the developmental perspectives are much better than this, and it is the state's prerogative and obligation to control this, and I think the state has got enough resources to control that illegal trade. I think the liquor ban should continue.
Okay, we should be optimistic about
Yes,
the future results.
Yes, sir,
It
I
will
think
be
so. Yes, sir.
in the safe direction, right? Okay, tell me, what is the difference between procedure established by law and due process of law? What is your understanding of these two terms?
So it is actually a Western concept introduced into Indian judicial system, and procedure established by law simply means a procedure that has been established in the legislature of the country. Due process of law means while establishing the law, that is the passing of a law in the legislature, the due considerations have been taken, that is the humane consideration and principles of natural justice have been followed in that means the law in itself is just or not. So if the law itself is not just, anything implemented within that ambit of that act can also be considered inhuman, even if it is guaranteed by the law.
Sonal, you have done electronics and communication engineering. So recently this Qualcomm company has been in news.
Yes.
Why?
So Qualcomm makes chips, integrated circuits for electronics, and I'm not very sure how it has been in news, but that is what I know about that.
Do you know about protectionism?
Yes, sir, protection.
What is protectionism?
So in terms of economics, it means to give protection to your domestic industry at the cost of others, and especially trade protection.
Is it a good policy to follow?
So I think from Indian perspective it will be bad, because in that case our economy is heavily dependent on exports of services and also goods. So I think it will be bad for India. If
So India is
globalization-
doesn't India have trade deficit?
Yes, sir, we have a trade deficit.
So if we practice protectionism, don't you think that this problem would be solved?
So I think it would lead us back to the time of the crisis we faced in 1990s, because overprotectionism after a time will lead to monopolization again. And also,
Who is the poster boy of protectionism these days?
Mr. Donald Trump, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. Okay, you have opted for IRS as your second preference.
Yes, sir.
So why have you given IPS, IFS, which are like any day better services?
So during the course of my preparation, I gradually developed an interest.
Is it only
towards
because
economics.
you want a soft service, like where
No, sir,
like it will
no,
be
sir.
very easy to work?
No, I'm ready for any service I get, honestly.
Then why like lower preference to IPS and IFS?
So it was not lower to IPS, rather I preferred IRS because I gradually developed an interest in the economic subjects more. So I think I'll like to work in that subject.
Okay.
Yes.
You tell me that as an administrator, would you want a strict law or a strict enforcement of that law?
Strict enforcement of that law.
Can you give me an example like where the law is very strict but enforcement is lax?
Yes, sir, definitely. So the increasing case of rape in India, there are many laws that encourage women's safety and prevent and are aimed at preventing rapes and acts of violence against women. However, we are seeing that the numbers do not show that the picture is as rosy. That means we are somewhere lacking in the implementation of the law.
Which states have declared rape of a girl under 12 as like death penalty for such
I'm
crimes?
sorry, sir, I am unaware of it.
You are not aware of any of the states? Like
No, sir.
recently few states have passed a law.
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware.
Do you agree that death penalty is a good idea
So,
for
death-
such crimes?
So I believe in proportional justice. There has to be the punishment has to be such that it deters future criminals or the potential criminals. But death penalty is a very strong idea, and except in few cases.
What is Supreme Court's view on death penalty?
So death penalty, according to Supreme Court, should not be given. I think except in heinous
Should
crimes.
not be given?
Sir, except in heinous.
Any
crimes.
doctrine it follows?
I'm sorry, sir. I'll not.
Okay.
take that.
Recently World Happiness Index has come out. So do you know India's ranking?
Sir, I'm not very precise about the ranking.
Have you heard of this index?
Yes, sir, I've heard. of it.
Which organization brings it out?
So, no, I'm not sure.
Okay. And one final question is, can women empowerment be done only by putting down men? What is your view?
No, sir. It is a negative view of seeing things, because as I say, even in feminism, the strong supporters of feminism say that even the men have been burdened with the gender stereotypical roles. So it is not. Women empowerment is not at all about putting back men. It is about putting men and women on the same pedestal and giving them same rights in terms of social,
Is it
economic,
possible?
and political life. Definitely, it's possible.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Sonal,
Yes, sir.
what do you know about Mandan Mishra and Bharati?
Sir, I've heard the name, but
You belong to that area.
yes, sir.
Any
Mr.
idea?
No, sir. I
absolutely.
cannot recollect right now.
Acha. What do you mean by Hyperloop?
So, a Hyperloop is a modern transportation system in which there is a vacuum space that is created, in which the intended mode of communication will run. That is all I can recollect right now.
Okay. Thank you, Sonal.
Thank you so much.